if I go and stick to the game plan, of course, I can get him out of there. So, you know, it's like you just never know, innit? Obviously, if I had to bet my house on it, I'll probably bet a knockout.
Moses Itauma is out here basically telling the world he's going to slice Filip Hrgovic open and get this fight waved off before it even really gets going.
You know, every press conference or every face-to-face, this is all the same script. He's just a young kid, he's this, he's that. And none of them send the end-bell. So it's just the same script. I don't mind.
Since the Dubois stoppage, Hrgovic has secured 3 consecutive victories over Joe Joyce, David Adeleye, and Dave Allen. Yet, the same vulnerable cut has reopened in each bout. Hrgovic admits it is his biggest concern before the Itauma showdown. He respects neither the opponent's power nor speed as much as the injury itself. If clean punches split that damaged skin, even determination cannot persuade doctors to allow him to continue.
They hype him a lot. He definitely got, you know, talent and some qualities, and he's big puncher and quick heavyweight, but definitely it's much more, in my opinion, than he deserves.
On the flip side, Ida has looked absolutely sensational. His 5th-round demolition of Jermaine Franklin in March was seriously impressive. Franklin is a tough, experienced heavyweight, yet Itauma dismantled him with remarkable precision and timing beyond his years. At just 21, he already possesses a crisp jab, rapid hands, excellent movement, and impressive boxing IQ. He's not simply relying on knockout power or hoping for one huge punch. Itauma reads the fight, makes smart adjustments, and genuinely thinks inside the ring.
He's a good fighter. You know, I think Hrgovic is a world-class heavyweight. Is he elite? I think he's close to it. And there was one stage I think he was really close to it, but you know, he's going to fight Itauma now. I think it's a good fight. You know, I think Moses will be much too sharp for him, but I think it's a proper challenge. I think it's Moses' first real.
Opinions across the boxing world remain divided, though many favor the younger fighter. Daniel Dubois' trainer, Don Charles, believes Itauma's speed, precision, and freshness could overwhelm the Croatian. He respects Hrgovic's experience, toughness, and resilience, but predicts that superior accuracy and explosive movement will ultimately determine the winner.
Is what he's showing to date, where you have Hrgovic is bringing the experience, the toughness, Moses is just that much. He's just a sharp shooter. I think he'll be too quick, too fresh, too young, too quick. And smart. He's got good boxing IQ, Moses. And I see him being the victor. He may have to go through some turbulence. He might have to experience some turbulence because Hrgovic is not a pushover. He's a very toughened, he's a hardened man. He's had an extensive amateur career. He was a very successful amateur. So he brings all that experience as a pro. But there is that but. I think Moses just...
Joseph Parker praised Itauma's impressive technical development, but cautioned that Hrgovic brings relentless pressure, advancing through 12 punishing rounds while unleashing powerful combinations. Parker emphasized that sustained aggression and elite-level intensity remain challenges the young fighter has rarely faced before.
Itauma is very talented, very sharp, only getting better and better with each fight. And this will be a good test for him because Hrgovic is no slouch and no one is just going to come easy and try and give it to him, you know? Hrgovic will be throwing punches, chasing him down. And if Moses can deal with that and look impressive.
Dillian White, who was brutally stopped by Itauma in one round, understands the danger. Yet he sees Hrgovic as beatable, skilled and durable, but lacking elite power, vulnerable to cuts, and historically uncomfortable against fast, mobile opponents under constant pressure.
Fight for Moses, but good fight for Moses. I think the fight's more beneficial for Moses than it is on Hrgovic, you know. Hrgovic is a good fighter, he's tough, not the most powerful guy, but he gets cut a lot, and if you're mobile, he seems to struggle. Moses is quite mobile, but I think it's a good fight, perfect fight for Moses in this year of his career. And I think it's a winnable fight for Hrgovic. I think Hrgovic stands a very good chance of winning.
Then there's Derek Chisora, who completely disagreed. He wasn't convinced Itauma would dominate this matchup. Instead, he viewed it as a serious career step-up, not a guaranteed victory, calling it a valuable night of professional experience.
Now you can tell by his eyes, he saw confidence that him and Moses would be a good fight.
You know, is he a good fighter? He's an amazing fighter.
Yeah.
They call him the animal.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they call him that. You know, to answer your question, is that fight going to be a good fight for him, Southpaw young fighter? Yes. If I was a betting man, I don't know. I love Moses. I believe that, you know, when you have people pushing you so much, yeah, thinking that you can beat anybody in the world, you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And I think this is a big step up for him.
Carl Froch became even more convinced by Hrgovic's potential. After watching the Dave Allen fight, he saw Hrgovic dismantle his opponent within 3 rounds while barely leaving second gear, delivering an efficient, dominant performance that strengthened his confidence in Hrgovic's professional future.
So Hrgovic is it's a force to be reckoned with, and he's certainly, I don't want to say he's a stepping stone or a test before world level, but he is. And if Moses Itauma can come through that fight against Hrgovic, that's going to answer a few questions that we need to find out about Itauma, if he's being dubbed as the future of the heavyweight boxing. He's a fantastic fighter, fast hands, good combination, highly skillful. Can he take a punch? I think Hrgovic will test that chin, because he can certainly punch a little bit. He's a big lump, big unit. So yeah, I will look forward to that one when that one happens. Hrgovic, Itauma.
Chris Algieri shared the same view, emphasizing that Hrgovic has faced genuinely dangerous heavyweights like Zhilei Zhang and endured. That experience proves his elite conditioning, knockout power, resilience, and proven ability to withstand serious punishment under intense pressure.
Hrgovic being 33 years old versus Itauma, who's 21, by the time they fight, maybe 22, there's a big difference. And I think the biggest difference is Hrgovic has been asked the questions, and he's given the answers. Not always the right answer, like when he fought Daniel Dubois, but he's been in tough fights. You know, Zhilei Zhang, that was a brutal heavyweight fight, back and forth, stayed tough throughout, showed that his chin could hold up, showed that he had the power, showed that he had the conditioning. He's been there. With Itauma, we don't know any of those answers yet. He hasn't been pushed yet as a pro. He has a very low number of fights as an amateur, very low number of fights in general, amateur and pro. So the question marks are glaring when it comes to Moses Itauma. Yes, the talent is there. Yes, the power is there. The finishing ability is all there. He has all the makeup to be a heavyweight champion and a star at that. But what happens when he gets pushed? What happens when there is pushback, when there is resistance? And I think Hrgovic is the kind of guy that can answer those questions. He's going to put up resistance. He has power. He's big. He's been there. I don't see him as a guy who's just going to get blown out by Itauma. So there are going to be some questions asked of Itauma in this fight.
Dave Allen strongly backs Itauma, praising the youngster's speed, sharpness, and freshness. He expects an early stoppage, especially if those cuts reopen. Still, Allen admits this represents by far Itauma's toughest professional challenge and biggest career test yet.
I think it's a great fight for Itauma. You know, it'll really give us an idea of how good he really is, I guess. I think it's by far the hardest fight of his career. I think Itauma wins. I think he's too fast, too sharp for Hrgovic, a bit too fresh. So yeah, I think Itauma will win. I think he'll stop Hrgovic. I think he'll cut him early. I don't think it'll last that long, actually. In terms of the title, Hrgovic been high in the rankings for a long time. Itauma's beat Franklin and Dillian White. Does that deserve a world title fight? Maybe not, but it could be the next big thing. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he wins this and goes on and unifies, and then the next crop can come through and challenge him.
Personally, this fight hinges on one question. Can Hrgovic stay healthy long enough to use his experience? I expect a mid-round stoppage, likely from cuts. Still, anyone dismissing the Croatian is seriously underestimating his experience and market value.